And welcome to the Movie Madhouse. I'm Rob.
I'm James.
I'm Jason.
And we have got quite the topic today.
Yeah, this so yeah, Sunday. Hey, so do we have a topic? James, what's our topic?
Like, wasn't expecting.
Didn't know there'd be a test. But yeah, it was a good topic. It's a good idea because we've never really dealt with physical media before.
No.
And it was a list I was going to keep for myself, but I kept crossing things off, and I was waffling on it. So, there's
That's the buzz. Okay, well, that's getting fixed.
It's because he touched it. It's
Yeah.
because he touched it.
That's what I keep getting told. Don't touch that.
Figured it was as good a choice as any for a topic.
Absolutely.
Now, in all honesty, I don't collect box sets and whatnot, mainly for budgetary reasons, but also for physical space reasons. I have too much junk already. But I have eyeballed many. I have seen some cool ones. I've heard about some cool ones. I have a couple things I want to all talk about in amongst this. So
Yeah, because they do take up a lot of space.
they can, yes.
Not like, VHS tapes back in the day.
Well, even then, that's one of the few things I own. I do want to talk about. So
okay.
I will make that. We might as well, in no particular order, we'll make that my.
And that can be included too.
Well, we're
special editions, box sets.
We're gonna start there with I've owned in my lifetime 3 different copies of the Star Wars trilogy movies.
Right.
All of them VHS, because I had an original set. They got lost to the time at some point. I had the thin box set of the special edition re-release, the THX remaster, not the special edition. Sorry, the THX,
the one they marketed as One Last Time.
I don't remember how often that
it was
came
in
up.
Kind of a box with, it was kind of black because I had Darth Vader on the front and the back.
Yes.
Yeah, I still had that VHS trilogy up until recently.
That to me is the best version of those films, because it was before the special editions, before they started adding things. It was just the remaster where it looked cooler, it looked cleaner, it sounded good.
Yep.
I sold that box set in a yard sale ages ago. Excuse me. But a couple years ago at a yard sale, I saw the THX remaster, but it wasn't the thin set. It was the wide box where all 3 tapes were side by side inside.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
I don't know what the difference is between the two. I've never looked into it, but I did want to make sure that it was just the THX remaster. And so the only tapes that I have played of it, because I'm not going to risk it, it does have where Han shot first, so I know it's the right edition.
There you go.
That's the key, right?
Yep. See, Star Wars will come up on my list, but I still have 2 VHS sets, and they're both pre-special editions.
Okay.
Because I have the 3 with the Stormtrooper with Yoda and something else. I can't remember the 3 different boxes.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
But then I have the collector's set, which was 4 VHS tapes. It comes in a blue box with a hologram on the front of the poster. And
the 4th tape was the documentary
from Star Wars to Jedi or something like that.
That's the name of it. Yep.
Yeah. So I still have that blue box that you slide out.
Nice.
I used to have the 2-disc DVD sets that I ended up giving to my younger brother because of his kids and stuff. And it had, on the first disc was the original theatrical version, and the second disc was the special editions.
Really?
Yeah, they were.
I thought I heard that existed.
They were only out for a brief time. I didn't know they were going to be limited editions. I just picked them all up and then handed them off to him because I don't mind the special editions.
We know where we can get them if we need them.
Maybe.
Yeah.
It's basically, been totally disproven that the original version doesn't exist anymore. Like, you can still find
Yeah.
the original editions, right?
Oh, of course, they're just holding them back.
What
Okay.
is the topic today, James said? Well, today it is the top 10 collectible sets.
Yeah, I guess we never did actually say
Yes,
it.
we didn't say it.
Or
now we have.
it doesn't have to be a set. It can be an
Just-
individual item.
Yeah,
Well,
just
and that's
something
what I
in
mean.
that realm.
I even call like a movie with special stuff a set because it comes together.
Well, yeah, and I guess the biggest hybrid example of that could be the Blade Runner 5-disc briefcase set.
Shit, sickle. I forgot about that.
I
Oh,
knew. I
shit.
figured of any of them,
'Cause you
that's
have-
what you would
You
pick.
do own that, do you not?
I do.
You do.
Because I have the 4-disc set, but it's just the 4-disc set. You have the 5-disc briefcase set.
Damn.
That's one of the few things that I know you own that I was expecting to hear on your list.
With all
I
the-
know.
Damn it, I forgot that one. Oh well.
Because when 2049 was first announced, you were going on about that box and you showed Mike and I that box.
Damn, I forgot I had that.
The only one with the work print.
Yeah. Well, okay, that's my number 11 then.
Okay.
That way I can technically add it. But
Oh,
here,
yeah.
let's get to it then. Let's dive in. Jason, what would you consider number 10?
Like again, for my what limited things I own, but also some cool things I'm going with that Star Wars set. That Star Wars THX remaster, just because to me that is the superior version to watch the original trilogy of films. Because of the remastering, it just makes it the best version to watch. And having it on VHS that's just a cool
It's cool.
novelty.
Yeah.
You know, there is a VCR in our house. I have no idea, and I don't know if I want to trust it.
I hear that because it probably hasn't been cleaned in a while.
Yeah, if I'm going to buy you because you can still buy them out there, at least refurbished in some ways. So if I ever want to take that trip, that that's what I have to do.
There we go. All right, James, what's your number 10?
My number 10. Well, since you're going to have a number 11, I had an honorable mention, so
Yeah.
I'll do a number 11. It was The Limits of Control, and it's a Jim Jarmusch movie. The guy who did like Ghost Dog Way, The Samurai, and Patterson, and
The Dead.
Dude, what
The
if that
Dead
was on
Don't
my
Die.
list?
The Dead Don't Die.
What if that was on my list? It's not.
And it's just
I just knew you were full of shit.
it's a very quiet, subdued movie about a hitman who's making his way. He has a person he has to kill, and he just goes from person to person to person, and they each give him a message or directions, person to person to person, and it ends up. I had the DVD for it,
Mhm.
and I watched it once or twice, and then a few years go by, and it's like my appreciation grows and grows and grows for the movie. And I go back to watch it again. This disc cannot be played. I'm like, what the? It just
Ooh.
kind of silently died on me. So I ended up finding the Blu-ray, and it was put out by Arrow Video. That other kind of special edition, like Shout Factory, Scream Factory.
Yep.
And I found it at Cinema One in Windsor at Devonshire Mall, and it's nice. It has essentially the same special features, but it's a nice looking Blu-ray.
Nice.
That Cinema One is definitely like the place to go if you're a niche movie person. That is the place to
They have
go.
And to a
Everything.
smaller degree, Sunrise Records across the hall.
Yeah,
Yes.
yes, I've seen some pretty cool stuff there too.
Okay, at my number 10 is the Criterion collection of Heaven's Gate.
Oh, I didn't know that was released.
Yeah. It came out a few years ago, and Michael Cimino, before he died, finally got to put out his definitive version of it, which I don't think was the absolute longest the movie had ever been, his absolute director's cut, but it was the one he liked the most, I guess.
That's cool.
And it got put out on Criterion Blu-ray, and I managed to find it at a pawn shop for $18. And this movie's like $50-$60 for a lot of Criterion Blu-rays.
Yep.
So, and it has some good special features, and it's a good movie. But it is like it's like 3 or 4 hours long.
Yeah, that was the big thing, and I've never watched it in its entirety.
It's good. It's a
So-
worthwhile watch, and it's a beautiful movie. But set
I've
aside
avoided
an
it.
afternoon.
I've avoided it strictly because of the runtime.
Well,
If it's good, I can handle the run. Zack Snyder's Justice League, right? Like,
yeah.
And what I can tell you, what film killed that for me was Dr. Zhivago.
That I haven't seen.
Back, you may remember years ago, I said, we're going to do this podcast. I got to watch the classic films. So I went through a bunch of like Hitchcock stuff and Casablanca, blah, 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 right? It was a bunch of classics, and I watched that. And because it's so long.
Well, and I felt the same way when I finally watched Lawrence of Arabia. That movie's it's not a bad looking movie, but it's a slog.
That's another one that's on the, it's too long. I can't do it.
if it's done right, length doesn't matter.
No,
Sure.
and
That sounded dirty.
But it's still apt in many cases.
and it's also true for another one on my higher up the list.
Okay. Mine is going to be one of the first of many that James mentioned in our chat that might come up, and it's because of the way they package them.
That's a big one. Yes.
The blacklists from Black Fawn.
Nice.
You will find a few on here, and this is one of them from I'll Take Your Dead, because it comes with
Still haven't seen that one.
lobby cards.
See, I was almost going to bring all my sets with me.
It comes with a piece of the mask used on screen by one of the main characters and a jar of candy, which is relevant to the film.
No, I really wish I brought them.
As a little sticker too from Vinyl Hell. And you get the DVD. Well, I get the Blu-ray, and it's signed. So I'll Take Your Dead. And that one's got a personal love for me because I actually got to sit in with Chad when they were doing the table reads before filming even began.
Oh, really?
Okay.
And it was so much fun to listen to that and then watch the film to see what was altered during the filming. So it's really cool. So that's my number 10 is I'll Take Your Dead Blacklist.
Did you get
Black
to talk
Fawn.
to any of them?
Talk to any of
The actors.
that were there? Yeah, all of them. But most of the
who's
ones
the
for the
guy-
table read were not the people that actually did the parts.
It's like Aiden Devine would be an interesting guy to talk to.
That whole cast was crazy good. Okay, now on to
that's one that I still haven't seen.
oh, dude, gotta watch.
You've hyped it for a while.
Yeah, gotta watch. Number 9, Jason.
I think another big reason why I don't go for like the big box sets a lot. Yeah, financially, sure, but I don't go for the behind the scenes stuff a whole lot with a lot of stuff. Like a movie has to really do something for me to want to get a lot of the deep scoop behind the scenes commentaries and whatnot.
I love that stuff.
Again, it's got to be the right films, usually comedies and whatnot. And so, like Lord of the Rings killed me on that stuff, kind of thing.
They got lots of behind the scenes.
Exactly, because I had all 3 of those Lord of the Rings extended editions.
That was actually my number 11 originally, so that was now my number 12.
But it was almost like, see, this is gonna sound so weird. I never read the Lord of the Rings books growing up.
Okay.
Even though everybody around me who was into the same stuff as me would go on and on about it. So when the first movie came out, I read the books. I immediately read the books again. I've read that series now 3 times. I read it straight through, beginning to end, back to back. When the first movie came out, and I've read those books. Like, that's how much they got me.
Dang.
And then I've read it one other time since then.
I think only one movie did that to me, and that was it. When it was on TV, the 2-parter, I read the book, and then I hated the miniseries. So I didn't do that anymore.
I love the miniseries. I love the book, and I love the 2 theatrical movies. It's very weird. The book is the only book that's ever creeped me out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pet Sematary creeped me out.
The book see, there's some books that are almost too like the movies, and it was just too like the movie that it was just okay. Yeah, I know what's coming. Yeah, and it wasn't as interesting as the movie.
What about The Mist?
The Mist. I never read the novella.
Totally different ending.
That's what I heard. But I also heard that Stephen King likes Frank Darabont's ending
Yes,
better.
he does. Yes, he does.
That ending.
Yeah.
I know.
But yeah, well, for my number 9, it's the extended editions, the 3 boxes, the 3 different colors. You know,
Oh,
Like with the little statue inside the.
No, I did not have that with the statue. No,
Oh,
just
my buddy
the
did.
See, I've got the 3 movies in one box set,
no.
Well,
This
but
is
they're all
the
extended.
There's
this
the
is-
ones that look like a volume of a
Yes.
of a book.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
and then each one had like 3 discs or 4 discs in it because it had all the extra stuff. Yeah, that set, that was a nice set. Again, over time, I think I sold them at a yard sale years ago, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Lord of the Ring books had too much detail. You don't need 4 pages to describe a mountain.
That is true.
Yep.
That is true. And I think that's kind of why did you ever read the book The Princess Bride?
No.
I did. And he actually talks about, like, it's kind of a joke in there, and maybe there's part of the narration in the film where he talks about how they go on for 42 pages about her hair or something. Like, it's just incredible detail. And I think that was Gibson's
callback.
nod to Tolkien in that.
Yeah. All right, James, what's your number 9?
My number 9 is The Lobster. Now, it's a movie that hasn't always been in my favor, and I've come to appreciate it, but I also was able to find a nice it was like the Digibook special edition of it that had the picture of Colin Farrell on the front, and it looks like he's hugging Rachel Weisz, but they digitally erased her, so it's like it's a white cover with a black and white Colin Farrell hugging nothing. And then on the back, you have Rachel Weisz hugging nothing.
Oh,
And
neat.
inside, there's stickers of like a lobster and several animals and stuff.
I still have not seen that movie. Who made that movie?
Yorgos Lanthimos.
What else has he done?
He did Dogtooth, which I haven't seen. He did Killing of a Sacred Deer. He did The Favorite, the one that got the Oscar buzz with Emma Stone and Olivia Colman and stuff.
That's the one my kid has talked about a lot, and he's talked about The Lobster a lot.
Yeah,
I feel like there's one more.
I'm
not sure.
Oh,
I feel like there's one more recently, but my kid has talked about The Lobster because of that movie, The Favorite. So I've been intrigued about this movie. But are you familiar with this? What this film is, Rob?
The movie? I've seen the movie.
You've seen it?
Yep.
Okay.
Lobster?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Because I think the last time we talked about it on here, you hadn't seen it.
No,
either.
I hadn't.
Okay. So how weird is it? Because the concept sounds pretty weird.
It's no weirder than Swiss Army Man or...
Oh, okay. So it's really weird. Okay.
It's got very odd dialogue.
There you go.
It's almost like they're saying out loud what you think in your head, that once you say it out loud sounds very strange, but they're saying it anyway.
Okay. Is it serious drama or is it comedy?
I do. Dramedy?
Dramedy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's really absurd.
I thought it was a serious flick.
No.
Okay. Okay. That kind of changed it. Maybe I will give it a shot sometime.
It does have some Killing of a Sacred Deer. Now that's a serious flick. Lobster has some serious things that happen in it, but it is absurd.
Okay.
It doesn't look like
Okay. I could be mistaken. I just know that Tally has talked about the lobster.
He's got something coming up, but the most recent one is
what's he got coming up?
The Man in the Rockefeller Suit, The Hawkline Monster, Poor Things.
Okay, no.
His most recent film is The Favorite.
Okay. No, he must not be. Maybe he's not who I'm thinking of. I don't know.
Maybe. Anyway.
Good pick.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So Lobster.
Good pick. My number 9, and it's just, this is the kind of movie where the behind the scenes stuff pays off, is JFK.
Oh,
because there are so much behind the scenes footage of actual archived stuff, like
Oh yeah, and you get the real Jim Garrison,
real interviews,
who was played in the movie, by Kevin Costner, but who is in the actual movie, and I think he's the judge.
He plays Chief Justice Earl Warren.
Thank you.
Yep.
It's everything you want to know about the JFK situation as told by Oliver Stone.
No, the interviews with the actual people.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the Oliver Stone is the movie. Everything else on those discs is the real people.
Okay.
I mean, Jim Garrison has since passed away.
Oh yeah.
But he was in the behind the scenes stuff.
Oh yeah. It's worth it.
And the director's cut's the only place you're going to see John Larroquette.
Exactly.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah, he appears. Kevin Costner goes on Jim Garrison goes on a talk show. I think when I think he flies there.
Yep.
That was the reason for the flight.
Yeah.
That you see in the movie, and like because he's going on a talk show.
And on the talk show, he tries to show photos of these hobos that were arrested that no arrest warrants no arrest records, and they disappeared. And yet these hobos had clean shoe leather, clean shaven, but he goes to show them on TV, and the host at the time, and it was, oh my God, did the Tonight Show before Johnny Carson. Dick Cavett?
Jack Parr?
Jack Parr, sorry. Yeah. So maybe it's not the Tonight Show, but he's like, no, we can't show those on TV. And he kept pushing them down so they wouldn't be shown. And then they cut the segment.
Huh.
But yep, it's very worth the watch. Number 8, Jason.
Going back to back in the day, Napoleon Dynamite.
Back in the day.
Napoleon Dynamite, when it came out on DVD, came out with a Vote for Pedro t-shirt.
Yeah.
My daughter was infatuated with that flick. So yeah, getting her the Vote for Pedro shirt, she was over the moon. And we also got a pen that had 6 quotes from the flick, and one of them was the llama, Tina, you fat lord, come get some dinner. Well, my wife's best friend's name is Tina.
There you go.
So yeah, just to be an ass, I would trigger, because it would go through all 6 lines when you click it. So I would rig it up to, all right. And then when she'd come in, I'd get right up beside her.
I would so do that too. You gotta.
But yeah, the Vote for Pedro Napoleon Dynamite pack. It's such a simple thing too, right?
Oh, sometimes they're the best.
Exactly.
Yeah. James, number 8.
My number 8 is Nightbreed.
Oh,
Clive Barker.
Which version?
The one with the director's cut.
Okay.
Because they put it out, it was a few years ago, and there was like a super limited version of it, but I got the more readily available one, and I ended up selling it. And then it's like, I want this back. So I ended up ordering off of Amazon. So it's the one with the director's cut version on it. It has like a commentary and a whole bunch of like the restoration process on it, where they restored the original voices for certain characters.
Oh, that's cool.
And I originally saw the movie, I think it was either while I was in college and I rented it from Rogers, or after I finished college and I was working at Rogers and I took it home. Either way, I have almost zero recollection of the movie, just bits here and there.
Yep.
Same.
Highlights in your head.
But I love the director's cut, so I don't think I ever want to go back and see the theatrical version.
Oh,
I don't think
James agrees with James.
I don't think Clive would want me to either. But
great movie, James. Nightbreed,
and it's a great addition.
See, that would be cool. I've never seen the director's cut.
I see. I know I have, and I know it was the superior version. Nightbreed actually holds in my mind, that I can recall, that is one of the first director's cuts of a film I think I'd ever experienced.
Oh, really?
And actually could tell the difference.
I could tell you which is the first director's cut I ever saw. It was because I bought the VHS of Blade Runner, the director's cut. And this was while I was working at Caesars in college, and I'd go outside and go down in the same plaza was Rogers, and I bought that there. And then I took it home and watched it, and she's like, what's the big deal about this movie? It's the late 90s.
Yeah. My number 8, this is one of the first ones I bought that came in the book form, where, it's all nice.
Oh, yeah.
And it's got the pages, but the DVDs Blu-rays are right in the book.
Now, which one is this?
This is the Alien anthology. So it's got all four.
Not the quadrilogy.
No, I never understood. Like,
is this the one with the mother mode where it had the behind the scenes documentaries that connected from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4?
Yep,
nice.
Everything is in this, and I've spent many an hours just watching this.
And they continued it on Prometheus.
I haven't gotten those ones though.
No,
yeah,
but
okay, number 7, Jason.
Now going into wish list territory for this one.
Ooh.
They came out with, I think it might have been an anniversary edition of Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Oh,
and they came out with this set that was basically a pop apart cardboard setup where you can make the castle wall and a catapult.
Oh, see, that's cool.
Yeah,
I'd so get that.
I saw that. I'm like, oh, that would be so cool. And Chris was like, no, you're not getting anything more like that. No. So it was vetoed, unfortunately. And apparently I wasn't good enough boy for Christmas that year. So yeah, no, that one never found way to me. But that was just a few years ago that I think that came out. Just like in the last, I want to say 5 years.
Oh, okay.
I think it might have been an anniversary edition.
Might have to look for that one. All right, James, what's your number 7?
My number 7 is The Irishman. Now, this was the other example of like a 3-4 hour movie that is definitely it's so good that you don't care about how long it is. That's how I feel about this movie. I think this is probably Martin Scorsese's best movie.
I didn't know it came out of physical media.
See, yeah, that's the thing. There's very few Netflix original movies that have come out on DVD or Blu-ray. I own 2 of them.
Which is weird because that's where Netflix started. Why would they dish it? Why?
Because they want you to subscribe to their service.
Because remember, there's a lot of people who don't have Netflix or haven't had Netflix. And there's a lot of people that don't have Netflix anymore.
Oh, I think James almost bought the Holy Grail.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Should have bought it. Should have.
Yeah, the only other Netflix movie I have on physical media is the Cloverfield Paradox, which was the first one that they ever put out, and they put out a lot more of their TV series than they did of their movies. Anyway, this doesn't have a whole lot of special features on it. It has, I think, a making of, and then there's a roundtable discussion with De Niro and Pesci and.
See, that'd be fun to watch.
Yeah.
It's just the 2 of them, or is there Martin Scorsese? I think Martin Scorsese's there is too. And it's good. It's not that long, but it's just it's a great looking case because it's zoomed in like artsy kind of painting version of his hand with the ring on it.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's Criterion and it's great.
That's cool. I did not know there was physical media for that.
That one I had to get off Amazon as well.
All right. Well, mine's another one, kind of like your Pedro or Dynamite.
Napoleon Dynamite.
But see, this one also came with cards.
Ooh,
Night Cries.
Oh.
So you got all the people that were in it. They signed their pictures. There's Andrew, Brigitte, Colin Mockery. All of them got the little signed cards. And then this T-shirt came with Night Cries. So to me, that was awesome.
Yeah. Black Fawn does it again.
No, that was right through Good Soldier Productions. That was Andrew and Brigitte. They did that one all on their own.
Oh.
Yep.
I thought that was one of the first Black Fawns.
No.
Oh, okay.
The first one they did. We will get to the first one they did.
Okay.
But I'm just saying. Night Cries is one for me. Okay, number 6, Jason.
Still in wish list territory. But I saw this at Cinema One actually, but in Devonshire in Windsor. It was for Labyrinth.
Oh.
It was this corner stand-up that looked like the Escher painting stairwell.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I have not heard of this.
Really, really cool. In really, really cool detail. Yeah, it was awesome. It looked really, really cool. But again, vetoed, wasn't allowed.
Yeah, there's been a few that I got that too. Don't worry. James, number 6.
My number 6, it's the Arrow Video release Blu-ray of Waterworld.
Oh.
And I had regretted selling Waterworld. I had the special edition, I think, DVD set that you have, that it has the theatrical version on one disc and the Ulysses cut, the extended TV cut on the other disc. And I had gotten rid of that. And then the only thing I'd been able to find since is just the Blu-ray with the digital copy on it. And then I found the Arrow Video one that had the 2-disc set, the theatrical and the Ulysses cut, and then the making, I think it's like the making of a disaster or whatever, or the making of the film. And it's a nice set. And I still like the Ulysses cut that I originally saw on TV.
Yeah, that is better. That is. Matt says, I backed the horror doc In Search of Darkness trilogy, and when it came with slipcases, posters, and even a rental movie card.
In Search of Darkness, what is that?
Yeah, Matt, what is In Search of Darkness?
With that
it sounds familiar. That's what's killing me. But I don't know if I'm thinking of the old Leonard Nimoy In Search of,
I'm still stuck. I've never heard of this Ulysses cut of Waterworld. What?
You never seen the TV cut?
No, I've never heard Ulysses cut. I've never heard that term.
I think on this Blu-ray it's called the Ulysses cut, but it's the extended version of the film that originally premiered on TV. Okay.
Or is this like the TV version of Scarface?
No, it's like the TV version of like Ace Ventura: Pet Detective. There's a version on the TV with scenes that aren't on the DVD or Blu-ray anywhere.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah, and they put out.
It's like Deadpool.
Like the super duper cut?
Yeah.
Really? I had no idea this was a thing.
But it just expands a lot of like characters, and they get more dialogue and stuff. But the main thing that I always remembered was at the very end of the movie, they're in the little straw hut, and they find like Enola's dead parents, or that's where she was from. And then Kevin Costner's sailing away. They're up on the mountain, and they look down, and it says, "Here lies blah 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 Mount Everest." And you're like, "Oh, okay. Well, the only dry land is the highest point on Earth."
No,
We're doing it. Spoiler alert! In case you haven't watched Waterworld, that's like 20 years
In
old.
case you haven't watched Waterworld,
never heard of that at all.
Wow.
I just back on Alien for one second.
We're past that.
It was I think it was when the quadrilogy set came out. I think the first time where it had the director's cut essentially of Aliens that finally restored the missing turret guns, empty hallway bits.
Another thing I saw on TV first, and I got the DVD, and I'm like, where the hell's the turret gun scene?
That's not the first time. I had the Laserdisc that had that.
It was on the Laserdisc.
Oh, yeah.
But it wasn't on any of the VHS versions ever.
That was in the Laserdisc. The Ripley talking about her daughter at the fake park was in there.
Yes.
And there was another scene that was added.
The opening scene?
On LV426.
With Newt's parents being the ones to bringing the eggs in.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It was all on a Laserdisc that I had.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Back.
See, I never saw a Laserdisc version. Growing up, other than the 2 times I saw it with the turret guns in it, which was weird because one of them was like a summer day camp thing at the Kinsman Auditorium with just the hallway full of teenagers watching it.
Yep.
It was so weird. But then after that, it was like 20 years before I found it again with the turret guns in it.
Mm-hmm. All right. For my number, what number am I at? 6. There are 2 major companies in Southwestern Ontario I buy horror films from. Black Fawn Distribution and Raven Banner. Because Raven Banner puts out amazing stuff.
Yes, they do.
One of the amazing things they put out is Bunny the Killer
This was what I was waiting for.
I have not experienced this one.
This is the limited X-rated Pussy Edition.
I think you talked about this on my very first appearance.
I think so.
Very close to that, yes.
And this is great because it comes with the evolution of the Killer Bunny thing all in the back. Right. But then in here, you get the movie, you get making of, and then you get a soundtrack. And I love that. I think Blair Witch 2 did that as well.
Yeah, on the back side of the disc. I've still got that.
Yep. Which really messed me up putting a DVD in my CD player. No. Not how it's supposed to go. Okay. Oh, here we go. Let me see here. Matt said it was a Kickstarter sometime back, a Robin Block production, creator VC company. Really fun topic. Oh, really fun topic, guys. I'm glad he's enjoying it because, yeah, there are so many cool special editions out there. Now we're going to get to Jason's number 5.
I don't know. Like that. Now we're getting into again limited territory for me. This one makes me sad though because I can't find it anymore. Dogma. I had a DVD of Dogma where it looked like the Bible.
Oh yeah,
Like,
the original special edition. Yeah.
Exactly. Yep. I had that and it's gone.
Me
I don't
too.
know where it went.
You lent it to somebody and poof.
I sold it.
I have a copy of Dogma, I believe, Blu-ray. So I at least have a copy, but I don't.
And it was great because it had the pop-up thing on the screen, and you clicked the button, and it would take you to the visual commentary. You could see them recording the commentary, like you hear Ben Affleck and Kevin Smith and them, and then it would go back to the movie, and you'd hear the commentary, but little bits you'd see them in the studio.
That's cool.
The Blu-ray did not have that feature. It still had the commentary, but not the picture-in-picture thing.
Oh, see, I like the picture-in-picture.
And I had that too, and I sold that too, and I had heard that it was out of print. And we went to. I found
difficult to find.
I found the bare bones DVD at Value Village, so at least I have that. And that was like just a few weeks ago.
And see, sometimes that's good, but sometimes that makes you miss the other thing even more.
Yep. Oh yeah. Because it had like Kevin Kevin and his wife and his baby and Scott Mosier introing all the deleted scenes and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah. See, Amazon only has the DVD.
Yeah, it's difficult to find.
Holy snap. DVD $70.
Yep.
And is that the special edition one?
No.
Yeah, it's weird because it's Lionsgate and
but
they're not
it's not on streaming.
Yeah, no, it's just a weird situation.
There's something to do with the distribution.
Ask Kevin about that one when you see him next.
I'm quite sure he's answered that question multiple times. I just can't remember the answer at this point.
Well, I remember because people would always ask him about Mallrats, and then it finally got a Blu-ray and stuff released because it was in Universal's hands.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah,
but I don't get that situation.
It's the only way they could get Jaws.
Moose Jaws.
No, the Jaws ride for Mallrats.
No, I was just kidding. That was a joke.
Moose Jaws is coming.
Eventually.
It's coming.
All right, James, what's your number 5?
My number 5 is The Last Broadcast. It's a found footage horror movie from 1998. Now, this one came out around the time of Blair Witch, but and a lot of people compared it to it but Blair Witch was written years before, but this one came out just before it, and when did it say it was dubbed? They say it was dubbed the first desktop feature film because it was the first film to be filmed, edited, and screened entirely digitally. No film was involved. And it's a film crew and a documentarian going into the woods of New Jersey or something to find the legendary Jersey Devil, and like not everyone makes it out alive or something. And it's a decent movie, and it looks very what high def video used to look like in the 90s, because I would go to Sam the Record Man and Music World and stuff. Yeah, this was at Music World, and I'd see all the special edition VHSs when I was walking downtown Toronto, either coming to or coming from Toronto on the weekends. And I found one, it was like The Last Broadcast.
Nice.
Yeah. And this is one that it has the very end of the credits where it's because it's made to look real, like Blair Witch was. People thought it was real. And this is like the story and characters depicted in this movie are entirely fictitious, but please don't tell anyone.
Oh, I like that.
And they put out, and I found this at, again, Cinema One in Devonshire. It's a British studio for a company called 101 Films or something, and they put out a nice Blu-ray set that had like a retrospective making of with the original
neat.
guys, and it has like a thick booklet talking about the movie. The only other, and I've never seen this on DVD anywhere, the only other version of this I owned was the VHS from the late 90s. So there was a long wait to get a good Blu-ray of this.
Okay. Yeah. When it comes out on video or VHS. Yes.
Yeah. So this is the movie from 1998.
The last broadcast. I don't think I've seen it. I got to watch that. Well, my number 5 is another one of those historical ones. So a lot of the behind the scenes stuff is really cool because it tells you about the actual events, but it's also cool because it's based on a graphic novel and you get the behind the scenes of the graphic novel, and it's 300.
Oh,
I've got that one.
Yes. And again, these collection booklets like JFK are just insanely cool.
see, I have the original comic series. I have the original series, not the trade.
It's very
the
nice and
original
shiny
series.
Too.
too.
Right?
I was big into Frank Miller when he put that out. So
yeah.
I have that original series.
That was in the heyday of Sin City.
Yep.
All right, Jason. Number 4.
My number 4, stepping slightly out of bounds here, but it's a box set that Tom has, actually, Tom Leatherdale. It's for Transformers, the original TV show, the original cartoon, but it also included the film in there. But it had the entire set. I can't remember how many discs involved, but it looked like the Matrix of Leadership.
Oh, nice.
That Optimus has,
Interesting.
That's cool.
It was a really nice looking set. Tom still has it. I'm quite sure.
That is so cool.
They did that. I think they did something like that for the Voltron original cartoon. And I used to have the blue lion, and it was the first season or 2, I think, in it, or it was volume 1 or something.
It sounds familiar. Yeah, I think I remember seeing something like that around.
And you start releasing films like that, you better hope it sticks around to make the whole robot.
Yeah.
I got 2 legs, and then it got canceled. Oh, let me see. We got a comment. Yeah, James even says good set.
Yeah,
that would be cool.
Yeah.
That cartoon, there's still something about it. I'm pretty sure there's a YouTube channel that's showing that now too, because I found the one with G.I. Joe.
Oh yeah.
And I think there's the one with Transformers going now too.
I wasn't that big a fan of the Transformers, the original movie. I think it was another one I watched while I was working at Rogers, but I was a fan of the cartoon. The TV series.
Absolutely.
I saw that first animated film in the theaters twice.
Yep.
I loved it so much. And now it annoys me a little bit that the new Transformers movie, Rise of the Beasts or whatever it is bringing in Unicron.
Right.
And that worries me. Like, are they going, like, it's its own thing. It's its own thing. Let it be its own thing.
Matt says Arrow Video, Scream Factory, Vinegar Syndrome, and Umbrella Entertainment. They always give fans so much nice extras, be it a new reversible art, booklets, etc. Yeah, they do. There was another one too.
And I've got several of the Scream Factory that I left off this list just because. Shout. Scream Factory is just the horror version of Shout Factory. Yeah. But I've got like Land of the Dead that had I was almost going to put that on there because it had the Pedro interview.
Oh, nice.
And it was the first Pedro interview I found after I had interviewed him.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I wish.
Dude, I found out, and again, this is interesting, when we did Blood in the Snow for a film called Motherly.
Yeah.
And I still want to go buy this movie, but I found out they released it on DVD or Blu-ray, and our Q&A is a special feature on that DVD.
No.
What?
Yes.
Wow.
I still haven't purchased it yet because I don't know if it's out, but I want to get it now.
That's so cool.
But that's what reminded me when you're talking about your interview with Pedro.
Yeah. And I've got a bunch of those. I've got like Candyman, Strangers, like I said, Land of the Dead, In the Mouth of Madness, John Carpenter's Vampires, a whole bunch of those. Well, not anything.
Ooh, that's when I need to revisit Vampires.
James
Woods.
Yeah.
I have not watched that one in a long time.
Such a fun movie.
It is. I have to admit.
I mean, like, I would also, in a very separate sense, recommend the book, but it was an adaptation. It was an adaptation in name only.
Yeah. Take them separate. They stand alone
with grain of salt and a stake of wood.
Oh yeah.
Take them separately. It's something, yeah.
And there's some very fun interviews on there with Thomas Ian Griffith and James Woods. Yeah.
Well, then what's your number 4?
My number 4 is the DVD release of House of a Thousand Corpses.
Really?
Which I still like. I have the Blu-ray, but I've always kept the DVD because it's so fun. It's so funny to watch the opening menu screen.
Shit the bed.
Yeah. Sid Haig comes out, starts eating a donut. He gets impatient. He's like, are you gonna stand there with your mouth open and you're gonna say something?
Some of those menus were so awesome.
Tom Leatherdale and I, again, it comes back to Tom again. He's here in spirit. He and I sat down when that came out and we cackled for 20 minutes just making that menu starter. Well, shit the bed. Well, shit.
Yeah. And then you go to like a special feature menu, and then like Bill Moseley will walk across the screen, or another one, and Baby will come out. Yeah.
Knock, knock. Tiny fuck the stump.
Tiny fuck the stump.
Tiny fuck the stump jokes.
See, those kind of menus were amazing on DVD. The one I think of was Fight Club when they released it.
Yeah.
But the Never Been Kissed menu came up.
Yeah, the 10th anniversary Blu-ray.
Yes,
that one.
there we go.
And it goes.
Yeah, that stuff is brilliant when they do that. Oh,
yeah.
Man.
You're talking Easter eggs on discs?
Sure.
Robin Williams had one for his Live on Broadway DVD.
Oh yeah.
Yes, just a stand-up DVD, right? There's what special features or anything, right?
Yeah.
You push over and you had like chapters, and if you went over one more to the right, the parental advisory explicit logo would pop up, and you click on it, and it was like 3 minutes of every single swear word from the show. Just cock, shit, fuck, ass, shit, fuck, cock, shit, fuck.
I think I remember that.
It's like 3 minutes of just that.
James says, I have the Dark Crystal 35th with booklet and behind the scenes of making of the movie. See, that would be a fun one to watch the making of.
Dark Crystal has not held me. Dude, to me, it came down between Dark Crystal and Neverending Story and Neverending Story 1.
But still, one of the best Easter eggs I've ever found was on the Dodgeball DVD. It was either the Dodgeball DVD or the Director's Cut DVD, where you find the special. I think you press up and it highlights the purple cobra, and you get like the fat version of Ben Stiller's character saying, "Oh, great, you found the nerdy Easter egg. Welcome to Loserville, population U," or something. And he says like every time he snaps his fingers or something in the movie, and you press the button, it'll go to either like a deleted scene or something. And one time he does it, and it goes to the commentary. And it's, instead of the director's commentary, it's commentary with the director and I believe Vince Vaughn. And then Ben Stiller shows up late. He shows up late and they start making fun of him to the point where they get in an argument and everyone leaves. And they start the commentary for the last half of the movie. You're listening to There's Something About Mary commentary.
Oh, nice. See, that stuff is cool. It is. That might be a topic all on its own too. Dang.
See, and that's what's sorely missing now that everything's streaming, digital streaming. When the physical formats, do they still do that the DVD and Blu-rays? Do they still have those hidden things on them?
I don't know about Easter eggs, but they still put special features on streaming, at least for iTunes, for like the iTunes extras and stuff, because that's the only place I've found.
Disney Plus does it too.
They have?
That's right. Yeah.
Do they have like gag reels and outtakes?
Oh, dude. Yeah. You go to any of the Star Wars movies, you'll see all of the deleted scenes and everything.
Okay. I've never really dove into it. I didn't know if they had that on.
And if you have the digital, like not so much on Google Play, or they used to, but on iTunes extras, say like Zack Snyder's Justice League, it'll have the making of documentary, but it also has the Justice is Gray edition, where it's Justice League in black and white.
There we go.
Yeah.
Martin said, I'm stuck on Vinegar Syndrome lately. Tick was an awesome collector's edition. Oh, I might need to get that. I love the Tick.
Would that be of the original series?
I don't know. I don't care. I'll take both.
The cartoon.
I don't know. I never watched this Serafinowicz one.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Even the cartoon is amazing. Okay. My number 4. Just a second here. It's in 4K and it's the film Oh wait, there's a film called. Oh wait, are we talking The Tick or Tick? Because now I'm wondering.
That sounds like a horror flick.
It
know,
does. So okay, I am. Now I gotta look this up.
You're using the MDBA?
Yeah, it's called Tick or Ticks.
Ticks.
Oh.
Okay, Ticks sounds familiar, but I don't know why.
Darn, I thought it was a tick. Let's see here. Ticks. 1993. And it's got a really cool cover.
Seth Green.
Oh, an early Seth Green. A group of troubled teenagers. Oh, why did it do that? Now I can't read what it said. There we go. Are led by social workers on a California wilderness retreat, not knowing that the woods they are camping in have become infested by mutated, blood-sucking ticks.
93.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and see, there we go. I thought the Ben Englund tick was awesome as well. Spoon, absolutely. The best battle cry of any hero. Okay, my number 4. Another Black Fawn Blacklist. And this is like the funniest film I've seen from them in a long time. Comes with a very cool patch.
Oh,
This is fun. Comes with chopsticks with the name of the film right on them because it takes place in a Chinese restaurant. It comes with the Bob Nice Chameleon Kit, which includes not only a fake mustache, a piece of bubble gum, and a quarter. There's an actual quarter in here because he likes to play his favorite song in the jukebox. It comes with the sticker and then the cards for all the characters. This is what I mean. Their blacklists are just packed with stuff. And then on top of that, you get the film, the DVD, and or the Blu-ray, and it's signed.
Oh, like the Blu-ray for Bed of the Dead, which has Room 18 Key, the Anarchist Sex Club.
Exactly.
It even has that nice that plastic key sound.
Exactly. That old motel feel.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I got one of those keys in my box as well because I have Bed of the Dead. That was one of the blacklists they had.
That's Bed of the Dead, and I got it autographed by one of the actresses.
Alyssa?
Yeah.
Yes. Who was at CK Expo 2 years ago. All right.
Yep.
Anyway, enough plug there. We are on number 3, Jason.
This one, yeah, because I'm getting to the bottom of what I have available here, but this one just it means something to me, and that's the Clerks Special Edition DVD. Actually, that Ryan Richardson gave me last year.
The Clerks X.
Well, it has that in it, but this is like has a full collector's. It's got so much behind.
Well,
like,
but it's the black one, right?
No, not this one. No, it has that included in it though. Like you can see that version of it in there.
That is the box set.
Oh, this was another one. It's the one he gave me like a year ago, like last year.
Okay.
But yeah, it's got so much good. Like it's just got everything. Even though I know most of the story already.
Because this is my number 3 as well.
Oh, Clerks?
Yeah, except mine's the 15th anniversary Blu-ray, which has all of the special features that are on the Clerks 10th anniversary, the Clerks X. Kevin even does this thing. He goes Clerks X because it's the 10th anniversary.
So you guys are talking about the same thing.
Kind of, yeah. But I think there's 2 different ones because the Clerk X, I know the cover you're talking.
Yeah,
it is just that black with Clerk
There's
X.
the original Clerks DVD release, which
not to be confused with Clerks XXX, a porn parody, because that does exist.
And I think it's the Dimension series for the original Clerks DVD release, and it has barely anything on it. Might have the commentary. Clerks X has.
No, this one that Ryan gave me, yeah, no, it's nice. It's chock full of all the good Kevin goodness, all the great the story with the details, some great I think so. There's some pictures in there.
Snowball Effect.
That might be the one I got.
Yeah.
Yes.
It has. It's either. I want to say that's on disc 3, and then I have the Blu-ray, which has all of that stuff. In addition to that, and Kevin and I talked about this at CKX. Kevin put a little video saying like they wanted to ring more. He's like, "Can I put something else on there?" So he put "What a Lovely Tea Party," the making of Jan Silent Bob Strike Back, on the Clerks Blu-ray.
Nice. See, that's called packing the features right there.
Yep.
And it was on my list because it's astonishing that they packed 3 DVD discs worth of stuff onto one Blu-ray and then added another documentary on there.
Jeez. You definitely get your money's worth on that one.
Yep.
Yeah.
But again, we're talking about Kevin stuff. It's just a lot of talking.
Exactly. Exactly.
Talking heads.
We actually, Christina and Cam and I watched Tusk the other night.
Oh,
They were not happy. I had a blast.
first time watch
Yep.
for all of you?
No,
Oh, okay.
no, we saw it.
Okay. I thought you, yeah.
Yeah.
But first time for them?
Yep.
Okay.
They were not happy.
Both of them.
Christina said she'll never trust my judgment again.
Yeah. Tom Leatherdale's still mad at me because I told him I would put him in a habitat.
Oh.
Yeah, right.
He's still mad about that.
Another highlight of the Clerks thing is the flying car.
Yes. Yeah, that's a fun short.
Oh, I remember that one.
It's
Yeah.
the short where he brought back Dante and Randall talking about what would you do for the flying car,
Yes. Okay, I've seen the clip. I didn't know what it was from. Okay.
and they did the Lost scene where they went to Julie Dwyer's funeral and they animated it just like the style of the Clerks cartoon, and you can actually pick the feature where they leave the store, like you're watching the actual movie, they leave the store and then the animated scene comes on and then it goes back to the black and white movie.
Oh, interesting.
So you can watch it included in the film.
That is cool.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that jumps to me then. My number 3, again, Black Fawn, but comes with a cool badge called Roctopussy, called Tales to Astonish Roctopussy. Comes with a sticker, comes with a new cool little card, comes with a comic book. Okay. A comic book, and then a piece of the fabric from Brigitte's costume from the set.
That sounds so weird.
Right? And again,
Not creepy at all.
No. This
If it included a vial of her bath water or something.
okay.
maybe.
No. If I had gotten this, that's creepy. This was given to me in the set. Okay.
Have you checked it for her like sweat DNA or anything?
No, that would be wrong.
Have you given it a sniff test?
That would be so wrong. Number 2, Jason, what you got?
Honestly, I don't know. No, I do know. Again, it holds something special, even though it's a used Blu-ray, but it's important to me. It's my Blu-ray copy of Black Dynamite, signed by Michael Jai White.
Oh, there you go.
Really?
Yes, because we met him at London Comic-Con a few years back.
Nice.
And yeah, that's one of my favorite things to own, having that one signed, because I love
Very
Black
cool.
Dynamite. I think we might finally get a sequel. I think there's supposed to be something in the
Oh, yeah?
works.
That would be cool. Oh,
I have seen the animated series, and it's pretty crazy.
yeah.
It only had one season, but it's really, really insane.
I hope they do come out with a sequel.
But
that would be cool.
Yes, Black Dynamite. I think we need one more.
Yeah. Martin, I missed this before. He said Vicious Fun is a nice one too.
That's another one I still haven't seen.
Gotta watch it. And then Brigitte Kingsley is so beautiful. Dude, she is.
Yeah.
She is. And it makes it even harder because she is so nice. You know, when you find a really attractive woman like that and they're mean to you, and it's like, oh, whatever. But she's so nice and you can talk for hours with this woman. It's, yeah. Okay, James.
Can she
2.
sing? Can she dance? Is she just that perfect?
Have you watched Roctopussy?
No, I haven't.
Yes, she can.
Yes. All right.
James, number 2.
My number 2 is The Invitation. Now, this is not the vampire, I think, movie that came out last year or this year or something. This was the indie film about the cult or whatever. It was made by Karen Kusama, and it was put out by Draft House Films. And I saw this, I want to say like 5 or 6 years ago, I think. And it's one of the ultimate slow burn movies where about 95% of the movie is just slowly building. And all of a sudden it's like, holy shit, what the fuck?
Oh, I like
no,
that.
it's awesome. but you have to be very patient. But honestly, you don't care because the movie is so well done. It looks so good. Everyone does such a good job. You don't care that not a lot has happened for the last almost hour and a half until it does. And then it turns on a dime. But they put out I got this, I special ordered it from, I want to say it was either while it was still OGS or when it had become Hip Entertainment. I had several special orders. I got Victoria and the Invitation from there. I got the Criterion of Punch Drunk Love and Ghost Dog Way of the Samurai, and then they eventually shut down. But yeah, I got the Invitation, and it has like deleted scenes and like commentary and the making of, but it's just a very, very nice looking edition of a even better looking movie.
See, I remember OGS because that's where I bought my first laser disc.
Oh,
which was The Crow. And
Wow.
it was cool because he had to import it. So he bought it himself and then sold it to me.
Now, you're talking OGS Blenheim. Original OGS.
Yeah.
He's talking OGS that was over on St. Clair Street just a few years ago.
Yeah. Which then moved to the
Sandy McNaughton.
yeah. No, LaCroix. Yeah,
that's
Sandy.
Sandy.
Sandman knock. Yeah.
Don't try and call it LaCroix. That was Sandy Street when I was growing up, motherfucker. That's my hood.
No, it's fine.
Don't be dissing my hood, yo.
And then became Hip Entertainment and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
That's because it was OG's son that took it over.
Yeah.
All right. My number 2, because you knew it was going to be on the list, is the Star Wars Blu-ray pack.
Oh, yes. I've got that. I used to have that exact really nice version, and I ended up selling it, and I got back the less nice but identical version with Darth Vader on it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, this one, it has not only all 6 movies before the sequels, it's got 3 Blu-ray discs packed with special features.
It also has very nice artwork.
Oh my God, yes.
Yes.
Like, just look at
Now, what edition of the films?
They're special.
They're a special edition.
Uh,
Yeah. Nothing since the beginning of DVD will be anything but special edition. Because George Lucas, destroyed them when he did the digital
That's
transfer.
the argument that I brought up. Yes, that's I don't understand. They're still out there.
Yes. Oh. Anyway, let's just get off that topic. Number 1. Jason, what's your number 1?
My number 1, again, doesn't quite fit, but it's so important to me. It's my copy of Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back because it is signed by both Kevin and Jay. So it's Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, signed by Jay and Silent Bob themselves. It's my prized possession of films. It just holds a special place in my heart. But all of Kevin's work does. But the fact that I have that one signed by both of them, yeah.
Oh, and Martin said, actually, I love the CGI ones. I'm assuming you mean the prequels. Because they're all digital.
Yeah.
Ones. Yeah. But yeah, so do I. And it's interesting. When they came out, people hated them. And now some odd years later, but he's right. The despecialized editions are the way to go.
Right. The remasters.
Yeah. No. You can get them online right now. The despecialized.
The despecialized.
Someone has taken it and cut it back to the original. Yep. So you can get those.
Oh wow. Okay. All right.
James, number 1.
My number 1 is the Arrow Video release of the Blu-ray of Southland Tales. And I know not everyone loves Southland Tales. I always found it oddly compelling. And I'd probably put it below The Box, but above Donnie Darko on ranking his current 3 films.
Oh, The Box, the movie. I thought you meant a box.
No.
Stick it under a box. No one knows I have
Richard
it.
Kelly's movies. But I love this one because it has like deleted scenes and making of documentary and commentary and stuff, but it has the can cut. It has his original director's cut that he took to Cannes that got like massively booed.
Oh,
and
that's
stuff.
cool.
But he was able to finish it and put it out there. And it's an improvement on the original movie, as strange as the original movie is, but it's also restores a lot of Kevin Smith scenes. in his, because he's got like gray hair in it, and he's in a wheelchair, and
He's nearly unrecognizable.
and he barely, I think he says like 2 lines maybe in the theatrical version, but there's more of him in there, and Janine Garofalo and stuff. But it's just a great looking movie, and it's a great addition.
So James,
Yes,
you like that movie, huh?
yes.
What's it about?
Southland Tales.
Yeah. Can you actually tell me the coherent story that encapsulates that cast of characters?
It might take as long as the movie.
That's right, because there is no coherent story. That movie makes 0 sense.
I don't know if it makes 0 sense, because you've got one brother trying to find his twin brother, which is,
But they weren't
Sean
twin
Wayne.
brothers.
What? Don't spoil it.
Jeez, you didn't even give me a chance.
You've got a company that has found a way to, what do they call it? Fluid.
They want to make waves to make power.
Yeah.
Supposedly.
Fluid karma.
Yeah. Whatever. You have Justin Timberlake as a war veteran who's very philosophical.
You have The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, who does this very amusingly.
Who's incredibly neurotic and timid, and
anybody else out there still watching? Remember, hashtag Tom Cruise for Lobo.
Sarah Michelle Gellar as a hard-ass, business-minded former porn star.
Yeah, I was waiting for that part.
But, and I know I've mentioned this on this show many, many times. The craziest of castings.
John Lovitz?
John Lovitz. Comedian extraordinaire. John Lovitz as a hard-assed, dirty cop.
Yeah.
What? And this is meant to be a serious role for him.
Look at where the Buffaloes roam. Okay, comedians can act seriously.
I'm not saying that they can't. I
I
haven't seen it from John Lovitz.
That one proves they can't.
It's a strange movie, and it's not easily explainable.
Right.
Which
there we go.
Which is why I understand how it's an acquired taste.
That is the film that my friend had rented from Blockbuster. He had it for like 3.5 weeks. I said, "Hey, I'm curious about that flick. Can I borrow it? I'll watch it and I'll return it for you." He said, "Yeah, no, sure, no problem." So I took it home. I watched it the next day. I took it back to Blockbuster immediately. I said, "Hi, I'm returning this for my friend. I would like my money back, please."
I remember that story.
Yeah, no. So the fact that you bought some special, I get it. Everybody has their own tastes. I get it, but there's just some films that I just can't understand. I just don't.
Yep, the joy of art.
Yeah, there we go. Art.
Yes.
I'm good.
I'm
good now.
Okay, I'm gonna go to my number one.
I'm done ranting.
Yes.
I'm good.
Just wanted to check.
Southland Tales apparently is one of those touchy subjects for me.
I see a trigger. I see a trigger. Now, my number one is, I think, one of the first blacklists, if not the first. But they've done something since. So it's Bite by Black Fawn. But what they've now done is you can get these slip cases that look like VHS.
Yeah.
And they scratch out something else and put down the night of the movie.
That's awesome.
So that's one. But this is the coolest thing because it comes with a barf bag because of the press it got during pre-release.
Yes.
Right. Then inside it comes with a bag of the eggs. These were the same, like they had a big box of these eggs they were using on set.
I think you can get this at Cinema One in Devonshire.
The blacklist?
This edition.
Oh no, this was just special. Like,
oh yeah,
yeah. There was only 50 of them,
or maybe there's a special edition.
Was that the year we were there at?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. And
we were there for 2, weren't we?
Yeah.
Okay.
That one and the year after.
Save Yourself was the other one.
Yes.
Okay.
It also comes with a postcard from Costa Rica signed by the main character.
Nice.
And then the other cool thing is, again, everything here is signed by Chad. I can't read that signature, but then even inside there's Annette, and she got her to sign it.
I do like reversible reversible inserts for, because they have that on almost all of the Shout or Scream Factory ones for like In the Mouth of Madness and John Carpenter's Vampires, Candyman. You've got a really artsy made up looking version, and then if you flip it over, you have the original art.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, Martin even says, I got that barf bag and eggs too. Yeah, that was the very first one they put out. And then Matt said the VH8 size are fantastic, like the MVC line of movies. Yeah, it's so cool because now on the rack of DVDs, you have this little spines.
That's
I think there's like 5 or 6 of them right now. They're like that. But yeah, that's my number one. And then just as a really cool thing, I had to throw one of the special things in the blacklist for the Heretics. Is something you wouldn't see anywhere else. It's a summon your own demon kit.
Oh, geez.
You never know when you need it.
Exactly. Right? You might need a demon, right? Oh, but it even says, what demon will you summon?
You should put that in your apocalypse bug out bag just in case you need to get your own demon on your side during the apocalypse.
The taker of souls makes the best of friends. What more can you say?
You just got to make sure you have a really good lawyer handy.
Exactly. Well, I don't think a lawyer would matter much in this case. Yeah, no, it's gone. What did James here say? My season 1 and 2 Stranger Thing cases are made to look like VHS cases. That is cool.
Those are ones you can't find anymore.
Exactly.
Didn't they put out like a Blu-ray or DVD re-release of Jaws a while back that came out in a VHS box?
Oh, they did several of those. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was in the clamshell.
Yeah. Because I've got Jaws, Backdraft, and something else in the clamshells. Yeah.
Nice.
Matt says, what about your Blade Runner DVD set? Yeah, we talked about that right at the beginning. I totally blanked on that set. I forgot I had it. But yeah, that one is crazy cool. Martin said Universals. Oh,
Sure.
wait, Unversals?
I don't know.
Forgive him, he's French. I don't know what you mean, Martin. Unversals or reversible, maybe. We'll wait. He'll type something else and I'll put it up because that makes more sense. Okay, now he's laughing at me. Thank you, Martin. But yeah, there was 3. I can't remember the 3 I had, but they had Caddyshack. Oh wait, yeah, that's it. Universal's clamshells, because the Universal Studios is the first one that came out with those.
Yeah.
And then Disney took them over.
Had the puffy ones.
Yeah, like Disney, after Universal came out and Disney started, you couldn't see a Disney movie without it being in a clamshell.
Yeah, but those Disney puffy ones would, once they got a hole in them, the air would come out and they would just like fold.
And they would wrinkle.
Yep.
Yeah. So, and it drove me crazy because every Disney was in a clamshell, where you were having Universal went back to the paper ones and they could stack better. And then these big freaking clamshells, it's like, are you kidding me right now?
Yep.
Not collector friendly.
We'd buy like VHS shelves and stuff to hold that stuff, but the Disney ones never fit.
Nope, not at all.
Freaking Disney.
Okay, rant over. All right. So yeah, thanks guys. That was a great topic, James. Like, I love the idea.
A little different.
Yeah, we never really dealt with physical media before, and it's out there and it's very important, obviously, to all of us.
Yeah.
Not as much him, but we know.
Hey.
What?
Mostly budgetary reasons to get off my back.
Oh, I hear that. That's why mine has stopped too. I think literally lately the only movies I'm picking up are the MCU because I like them, and anything Black Fawn Blacklist, because I got Tales to Astonish and Death Valley.
I can't remember the last physical media I bought.
The last one I bought was, I think, the last broadcast. Last time we were at Devonshire. Yeah.
Well, okay, that's not true. I bought Clerks 3, to get it autographed and whatnot. So
that one
the truth comes out.
Bought that one right off of iTunes.
But
it still has all the special features in there.
Yeah, I will not buy digital.
I can't.
No.
After that big thing with Apple,
exactly.
I've got so many movies. I need to conserve room.
I get it, but I would rather buy the physical media and then rip it onto a hard drive and save it. You know what I mean? Like, because you buy it digitally, and what Apple did is they lost the license to a bunch of stuff. So it's gone out of your library.
Yep. Oh. And that can happen anywhere, basically.
Yep. So
You just never know when the digital rights could change, because that's how they're writing them now.
not to mention the fact that Disney likes to keep messing with their films.
Oh yeah,
So I want the original.
all that Disney Vault shit.
Right? Okay. Well, in that note, for another week at the Movie Madhouse, I'm Rob.
I'm James.
I'm Jason.
We will see you all later.
Bye.
Toodles.
Philip! It's a man!